down the middle.
Welcome back to Section Nerdy 1, the Star Trek arm of the Nerd Network, folks. It's the return of our Trek Tuesday watch-alongs. I'm sorry, John, because I know I clicked a button. I didn't realize I was going to cut you off and start that as soon as I did
it. So you heard nothing I said. That's great.
We're still Streamlabs on our side, so John was in the middle of a sentence, and I was like, oh, what's it? Oh, and we're live. Oh, darn. And it muted us, and that was it. So
No, that's okay.
So what were you saying, John?
Oh no, I was just saying this cool Streamlab thing. They have that new feature that pretties up your webcam and your appearance.
Yes,
sort of. Although I've still got to work with it.
I have a giant hole in my head, so I'm still haven't figured that part out yet.
There is that too, but and my color, no matter what I seem to do, the color on mine seems a little bit off. That makes it different. But you get the little blue line down the middle where you can do the either or, and I can't get rid of
it. Well, folks, tonight we're going to be watching.
Annoying.
Do what?
That's annoying. I can't stand that. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Tonight we're going to be watching two episodes, 1.8 and 1.9, The Battle and Hiding Q. As always, if you have thoughts, comments, questions, leave them in the comments. We will respond to them during the live, and we look back over coming days if you have questions there. That said, we're going to get to the episodes because we got 2 hours of episode to go through tonight. John, you ready?
I am. Let me, if I could, just take one moment and say thank you so much. I got a really nasty cold like 3 weeks ago, and you were so kind as to kind of punt for at the time you were thinking for a week, because of how much I was really looking forward to these 2 episodes. I didn't want to miss them, but I felt horrible, took time off of work, got better, and by New Year's Eve, within 24 hours time, all 6 people in my house ended up getting a horrible, nasty case of norovirus, which is apparently going around. I had a family member that also caught COVID at the same time and was trying to go to the hospital. The hospital told him because they had so many cases of norovirus here in my town that they didn't want him to come in because they were afraid he was going to catch it. That's how bad it is. So it's ended up being 3 weeks, and I don't remember a very large chunk of time here. I hear it's a whole new year.
What I'm hearing is I should not be around you for at least a couple more days.
Well, I should be fine now. It's been
so what I'm hearing is I should not be around you. Like
probably safer. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better because I know it sucks.
That's easily the worst sickness I've had in at least a decade, maybe 2. I mean, really bad.
A ton of my family was sick over the holidays, and I was around them all in various places. And I think I had the sniffles one day, so I was really fortunate. I didn't get super sick.
I still have the cough from the bad cold from 3 weeks ago, and had it all through the sickness, which is even worse. But this is the point in our show where I say, I hate you, sir, because that just sucks. You stayed well the whole time.
# immune. All right. Are you ready to go to battle, John? I don't know if there is a battle in this. I'm assuming there is.
There is. And this is,
okay.
Man, this is such a great lore episode. It's not the best episode, but it's fantastic. It's good.
It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also,
Oh, also.
I know we talked about it at some point. And I'm kind of springing this on you.
Okay.
But STLV. I'm going to go to STLV this year. I know at one point you
Oh,
said you want to go as well.
oh.
So the like one or two viewers out there that watch us regularly,
Sure.
if you are at STLV, Star Trek Las Vegas, focus on any of our whatever is out there, the YouTube, leave a comment, tell us you're going to be there, hang out, have a drink, tour the floor. I'm super excited. Kate Mulgrew is going to be there and William Shatner, but John Billingsley is going to be there, and I really want to go meet John Billingsley. He's one of my favorite actors outside of Star Trek as well. So super excited.
He is such an amazing character actor. He does not get anywhere the credit he is due. He will pop up in something and I'm like, oh my God, I completely forgot you were in this. And
yep,
I love it so much more for it. And boy, it has an Enterprise started getting the love in the last couple of years, and
that it deserves. I mean, it was the first show that I watched start to finish as it aired, and I think it deserves a lot more than it gets because it was very different. But as we've seen now, that was not different as compared to some of the things we've seen now.
No, and it certainly could have been better. There could have been things that would have been great, but no, everything going. It was pretty awesome.
Ending the series on a holodeck episode was a choice.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's get back to the 23rd century, 24th century.
24th.
One of them centuries to watch the TNG.
I can hear myself.
So let's go ahead and flip over. And
I think I'm going to have an echo. Yep.
All right. Go ahead and turn on subtitles.
Maybe that's better. Nope, I'm still getting an echo.
Do you need me to stop it?
I don't know why I'm getting an echo. Let's see if this helps. That helps. I got it. I think it may have just been on my side. I apologize.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it. So timestamp is at the top. Follow along with us. We'll give you a second to queue it up. We're going to go ahead and reset it to 0. Like I said, this is episode 9, season 1, The Battle. And we'll give you a second to get there, and then we'll get rolling. Mr. British Captain is giving us a captain's log. Who's your favorite captain? Quick answer, John.
Oh, it's going to be somewhere between Picard and Ed Kirk. I mean, it's taken me a lot of years, but my my appreciation of Shatner and what he has done has come about. It's taken time, but it's come about.
Agreed. I'm going to go ahead and hit play now.
Okay.
Mine is totally Janeway.
Yeah, Janeway is definitely a very close second.
Is this the same Xindi as Enterprise?
No.
Okay.
I love his room setup.
I do too. This is his bedroom or ready room?
His bedroom.
Nice.
A headache? What? They've always done such a fantastic job with adding things that are important to him. You know, the tapestry,
right.
antiques. But even here, there was a sextant in the foreground of the beginning of the shot. Back in the first season of Next Gen, the idea that the CMO, the chief surgeon, could override the captain was still a new thing. So they like to point it out.
Yeah. That's cool. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Ye Captain Picard.
Hey, look, it's like John Oliver during COVID. Use a Ferengi, of course you do.
Oh, interesting. Back in that last scene, the Starbase painting behind his desk in his quarters, it was also the first time it had been shown.
Right.
It became a staple of the entire series.
Wow, that last grin just.
Uh-huh.
I love this intro.
I really do. It's one of those things. They did such a good job in the original series with the capabilities they had, and they kind of mimic that here, even to the point of when you had the first three named actors, they had the ship fly past between each one of them.
Yep.
Oh, actually, according to Memory Alpha, the Xindi Sabu system may be named after the species that evolved there or colonized it. So the Xindi system is reported to be inhabited, but it never says who inhabits it. So it could be a portion of the Xindi from Enterprise.
Okay. Could be. They could have split up by what you call it. Like they're all the same race, I guess, right?
They were different species within kind of a collective. Nice shot there showing how incredibly large those Ferengi vessels were.
Right.
I could have really used the 24th century in the last 3 weeks.
Right.
Cloak.
That's illegal for the Treaty of Algeron.
Yeah, exactly. And the introduction of his first season acting ensign uniform that has the stripes of the 3 major divisions on it. If you notice there, it's got the red, gold, and blue. How? Yeah, that's not what LeVar Burton just said. He said Constitution, but late in the post-production, they changed it. It wasn't cloaked?
Yeah.
Michael Dorn had a lot of trouble saying that line. There's a great blooper on that.
That's a cool beam.
Yeah, it really is.
It was mostly for you, but yeah, I thought for some reason thought it was better. Can I get another one there? I can at some point.
I'm getting sound from your side.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm not sure why. Hang on.
It stopped. Huh? That's awesome. Ooh, what?
I do love the music in this episode. The electronic chime there. Hmm.
Yeah.
She tried to kill me. You almost left my son an orphan. Harrison, who's going to take care of him? I don't know. All I've done my whole life is try to take care of you, to protect you.
Jesus Christ, Dexter, if this is your way of protecting me.
So I'm not perfect.
I'm still getting the sound coming through.
Is he being your brother?
You're not even listening to me. You don't understand. I've been trapped in a fucking fog.
No, I don't understand. Haven't you heard anything she said? I'm stupid that way. My brain is limited. So when my sister tries to kill me for some reason, it doesn't make sense.
I'm not sure where that's coming from. That doesn't seem to be me. Let me see what I can do.
Somebody check the Nope, nobody in the Discord room.
Hang on, let me check. I have no idea what's going on there. Hang on, let's. I'm trying to see if it's. Oh.
What?
Never mind. I figured it out.
What was it?
It was pulling audio from my MacBook for the mic instead of the headset that I've got on. Just because I've never used
Gotcha.
StreamYard before, and it was pulling it from there instead.
That's funny. All right.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Should
good. I was just like,
should
where
be
is it?
fine now. No price.
Is this Armin Zimmerman? Zimmerman?
No, it is. I know who it is. I swear to you, I do. His name is Frank Corsentino. He actually showed up in 3 episodes.
Okay. This is
He
his
wr-
old
he wr-
ship, right?
Yes, this is the Stargazer.
So this is a Constellation class.
It is. Oh, ugly. Very ugly.
That okay. He looks like he's about 15 and is way over enthusiastic about this.
And that ship is way out of scale with each other.
Yeah.
So originally the plan was to use an Enterprise or Constitution 2 class, the movie Enterprise class. At the last minute, they decided to change that. They decided they didn't want to do anything that was too close to the movies during the first season.
Gotcha.
That's why you don't see Vulcans the first season either. Hmm.
I think they're still failing.
Just happens to have a pin for the first and only time in this show.
Right?
Oh, okay, Dr. Crusher. I know you got a crush on him, but come on.
Mm-hmm. Already.
Oh, and this was such a thrill to see the Enterprise, the movie Enterprise bridge.
Oh yeah.
One of the last times that you actually see the original version. You, well, well, for goodness sakes, Murray, they built this thing in Bedford Falls.
What?
There's a great blooper of him doing a Jimmy from It's a Wonderful Life, Jimmy Stewart.
Why did he just come around the corner out of a turbo lift like he's walking down a hallway?
Because it's actually a hallway. It's weird. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
Also, something to look at here. One of the front headrests changes position 3 times over the course of this episode.
Okay.
And it doesn't do it for the right reason. It's the see, the navigator chair is upside down there. Those 2 little prongs should be sticking down, not up.
Yep.
Hey, rocks. Remember, we just a couple weeks ago got a reason for why that has happened.
Right.
Still the best captain's chair in the series, in any of the series. Ruh-roh.
Found the problem. There it is. They really overused the red on her.
A little bit. Oh, you can tell us.
Huh?
I'm not sure that's the most comfortable looking bed, but
Not at all. Like, what's with the pillow with the right angles? What?
Mhm. Yes, but in the second episode, Wesley proved that we could.
Please allow me to step directly in front of this actor and face the camera.
Yeah.
But in the second episode, oh yeah,
It sounds like it's from Wesley's recorder.
uh-huh.
What's it mean? Well, it's your voice.
Blame it on Wesley.
Apparently, our acting ensign told them how to do it.
Right? How far are they out?
Check out that space station, that starbase.
Right?
That's the picture I was talking about. It's right up to the end of the last episode.
What base station is that?
Never been said.
Huh. Starship Ferengi. Ha! The slow fade
As I
out.
slowly fade out.
Eh,
Hey, another pin. I was wrong.
nope.
You know, Crusher, if you want to get him to bed that bad.
I'm just saying, Jack could have been 10 years older.
Oh, I wish the hell you knew too.
Because they are. They have plot armor. Unless your name is Giorgio. What is that? I thought it was a big needle.
It kind of looked like it.
Well, moving right along in their relationship, insertables.
God.
To boldly go where no object has gone before. The penetrative directive. I'm sorry, John.
Don't apologize to me. Your show. Yes, you do. Or at least you can tell us.
That is a face. That is a face that says, like, I'm trying to be sad, but I'm British.
Yeah. You know, Will Wheaton states that this episode is where Wesley went from being mildly annoying to vehemently hated.
Why?
There's a scene that's going to be coming up, and you'll see. He magically divines exactly what the rest of the professional trained crew, including the robot, had not noticed by just glancing at a screen.
Wow.
Told you, just getting them into bed.
A little bit of background. Oh, look, little brain things.
Yeah. They're just really close by white noise projectors.
That sounded like Riker.
Yeah, a little bit. Man, he's got, he smoked 2 packs a day. That laugh.
He's got meth mouth.
Hey, I took apart 2 digital watches and put the insides on your forehead.
I'm sorry, what?
So you took 2 1980s digital watches apart and put the inside guts on your forehead.
Oh, I thought you
What
know
it
about
looks
his
like.
teeth.
Whoop! And what every 12 to 14-year-old did by playing the bridge as their living room.
Yep. You know,
Nice little
if
Dutch
it was a
angle there.
defenseless ship, why did it kick the crap out of the Stargazer?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Oh, now we're angled the other way.
Right. All they can see on the YouTube channel is just a big giant eyeball.
Notice that his Stargazer model has been replaced by a movie Enterprise model. And technically, it's just the Star Trek IV release of the Enterprise because that's the stand that they had. It was a stylized Federation Delta. Is it not?
That is a short scant.
I put you in bed. Ah, another great blooper from this episode. That door didn't open and the two of them ran into it
I remember that.
and then started giggling.
That seems odd.
Timmy may not be able to play his video game on deck 13 if we don't turn off that tractor beam. Whoosh. Obviously, if only
We
I had
are
a
8
teenage son that could
episodes
figure it
into
out.
the series, and this is the second of 8 This is the third of 8 episodes where there's been a problem with the captain. 1/3 of the series so far. What the hell?
Oh wait, I do have a teenage son who can figure it out. Eh. To Bill. And
What?
that was the moment
What?
people started to hate him.
What the hell? They wrote him to be hated.
Yep. He didn't say unusual. He just said low intensity.
Have we not learned yet that? Well, let's wait and see what he says.
And that's not Majel Barrett.
Oh, it wasn't.
See, that's the kind of thing that the ship's computer should do. And you never have it do that, but from now on, it just turns into an Alexa from this point forward. Okay, notice the headrests are now facing the correct way on the navigator's console.
Oh, big giant thing. This is helm.
Mm-hmm. Later, it's going to be missing altogether for no reason. And notice the proto L cars, those circular displays in the back.
Yeah.
That is a design that Mike Akuta came up with to be to be able to take the round video screens that they had from the Trek movies and angle them toward what the L cars would look like later.
Cool.
And those end up being used in Star Trek 4 on the Enterprise at the very end, Star Trek 5 on the Enterprise B. Much like my fairly heavy chest. What a great model. I love that ship.
Agreed. Cool, man.
I love that line, and he gives it so well.
Yeah.
a little Star Trek II Wrath of Khan-ish, but yeah, you know.
Uh-huh. I do like the Ferengi transport.
Yeah, that beaming effect is pretty amazing.
Uh-oh.
It's amazing they figured that out without Wesley there.
Right? Like the Wonder Kid. Like, I don't mind it.
Oh no.
And the rest of the bridge crew.
Who controls these balls? Okay, and now the headrest is elevated on the left side
Huh.
there, but it's still there. It's just elevated. I love those seats. They were from Star Trek: The Motion Picture originally. Those little facets along the middle, like that spine, were supposed to have sensors in it to adjust the seat for maximum ergonomics. And look, now it's completely missing.
The screens are just on fire in front of them.
Yep. It is kind of cool and creepy looking that they're turning and looking at them but not talking. Like you hear them, but they're not actually speaking.
Right?
Ghost.
Hmm. Huh?
Okay.
Human Wrecker. Wow.
Because see, we conserved tractor beam power earlier, so now we can use it. And here we go. Also notice it used the warp effect from the movies, not from Next Gen.
Yep.
A great catch by the production crew. Destroy it. Hey, the camera found it.
Fire phases.
Woo!
That was a tiny explosion for how far it threw in.
Yeah, I know.
He's dead. You're captain now.
Well, I mean, it's probably O'Brien, but yeah.
Yeah. And now we're back to towing it.
So actually, you pointed out earlier the crew members were walking out of the turbo lift on the side. It is, again, memory alpha. It's logical to infer this is due to battle damage, rendering the turbo lift system inoperable. So the crew is having to bypass it to access the turbo shafts.
Oh, shoot.
Well then.
Yeah. Sorry. I was trying
No.
to fix the
No, that's okay. No, that actually makes sense. I hadn't even thought about it. I just assumed they did a poor job of putting the backdrop in there.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. The turbo lifts may have been inactive, and so they were moving around the turbo lift when they went inside instead of using it as a turbo lift.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But yeah, no. So interesting point. This was shortly after, of course, Star Trek IV. Between Star Trek IV and Star Trek V, I believe there is one more time you see the battle bridge, which is this same movie Enterprise bridge. Shortly after that, it was stored outside on the Paramount lot and was completely destroyed by rain. They had a storm that came through. And so that's why at the beginning of Star Trek V, we have a completely different bridge that looks very different from what you'd had before. And going forward, that bridge is what is used as the battle bridge. So the battle bridge later on in Best of Both Worlds, and other times where we would see it, um, is a very different configuration. So this was one of the literally last times you saw that original bridge that at that point was, 7, 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
Originally designed for Star Trek Phase 2 in the late 70s, the TV show that never happened.
Cool.
Mhm.
Cool deal. It's always cool learning like little nuggets of things.
Oh,
So
I
just in
love it.
there,
That's why, as I said, there's so much lore in this episode. I love the Stargazer. Um, it's such an interesting design. And aside from the Oberth and the Excelsior, it was the first different ship that we saw on this show. And isn't used very much again. But obviously in the Picard TV show, we have the
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 new Star.
next Stargazer
What's it?
and
What's its class? Isn't it like?
a Gagarin class,
Yeah.
the new one. This one was the Constellation class.
Now the Gagarin was a ship way back, wasn't it? Wasn't that the ship that the Discovery tried to save, but it got destroyed?
That may be. Let's take a look here. It's worth a quick check.
The USS Gagarin 1309 was a Shepard class starship operated by Starfleet in 2256. It was destroyed. Yep, it's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh,
It
I'm
faced
sorry.
6 warships.
Yep, you're right. That is what that is. Good catch. This one was the Sagan class. I am so embarrassed.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, wasn't it like Carl Sagan or
The Carl Sagan. Yep.
Tyson or something like that? Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, this was a very interesting episode, and it introduced us to the Picard maneuver, which also would become the name of the tucking the shirt down later on.
Right.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to be a Constitution class. Production team eventually decided they wanted to keep the ship special and not make it generic. Although, if you go back and look in the conference room for that ship, you were there a moment ago. That next picture, you can see it's hard to see, but there is a Constellation class Stargazer model.
Yeah, it's
on the
right
wall.
there.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you out there on the internet can't see this, but I just want to say this, like the layout and the conference room is it, and obviously they're all Federation starships, but they basically just reused chunks of this for the Enterprise G, or the Titan rather.
Well, it's actually the other way around. They designed it because they knew they were going to be doing the Titan, but it actually was the Stargazer first.
That's what I'm saying.
But it was purpose built for that. It was designed so that they could just adjust the lighting, the colors. They adjusted a couple of the consoles a little bit, and it was also the Enterprise F, which you only saw for a very short period of time. But if you go to roddenberry.x.io, the Roddenberry archive, that was a great picture, by the way, of the Star Trek 4. No, sorry.
I closed it as soon as he said it. So.
Oh yeah, well, they ended up using the same bridge for the Enterprise F when you have Admiral Shelby show up for a brief moment and then get killed.
She wasn't killed though.
Yeah, that's true.
Confirm she's alive.
That's true.
So before we jump into the next one, we're going to take a quick beat, use the restroom, fill drinks, and come back.
Sure.
So we'll see you in a second. Hey, folks, I am back. Looks like we might still be waiting on John.
I'm here. Sorry,
Oh, hey.
trying to figure out why
I made
my.
some popcorn
Oh,
because
good
I
for
ran
you.
out during the last episode,
I got some potato chips.
and I'm going to need some popcorn to get through a Q episode.
Huh.
Ooh, I should probably turn down my phone.
Oh, yeah.
All right, folks, let's get rolling. Episode 9, Hide and Q.
Also, for the first time since the first episode, you're going to hear the helm controls say,
Is this the Enterprise?
uh-huh.
What the hell kind of walls are these?
The only time you'll hear Khan say, registering full stop, now at full stop.
Yep.
Because again, it's a Q episode. I don't know why only the Q episodes have that, but
Right. The hell is that?
jump for my love.
Wow, that was aggressive jumping.
Yeah, they hadn't quite worked out the Admiral's uniform quite yet.
hmm We're going to go ahead and skip the intro. Yeah, it's a minute and a half intro.
Yep.
So there's timestamp if you need to sync back up out there.
Lisa's always suffering and dying.
Because you're deceptive. Hmm. Oh, look, a green screen. You could be on the moon of one of those planets. Is this the one where he shows them the board?
No,
Okay,
that'll be next season.
gotcha.
An episode that I missed and had to watch on tape because I was at a Star Trek convention. Oh, this is going to be boring for him.
Mm-hmm. You can check your ready room. So blood wine, motor oil, Romulan ale, and whatever Tosh has. Oh, come on.
Huh, I never noticed. Look at the background at the cue that's on the tablecloth. Hang on, they'll show it again. See, look at the letter Q there on the left-hand side in the back.
It also looks kind of Roman, which is
Uh-huh.
Q is one of their things. Hmm. Not even commenting on the bright green sky.
Well, you know. John Delancey is a national treasure.
I'm just saying.
I wish he was in it more.
Born for Q.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, she died on this set. Oh, wait. Spoilers.
Is you.
Huh. Well, no, I mean, it definitely is.
Yeah. As she screams every woman's angst at the system ever. I believe it's called acting.
Really poignant scene, considering what happens a few episodes from now.
Enterprise yesterday, whatever it is.
Skin of Evil. There is a novel called Q&A. Where it comes out as kind of apocrypha to this, that the Q had sent him to give his power to Picard, and Q changed his mind, or decided to go off on his own thing and go after Riker instead.
Huh.
This would be the famous Planet Hell set.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was stage 16. on the Paramount lot.
I still love the lazy green screen. Like, just puts a whole ass green screen in the background. Can you imagine? Is those Tellarites? Or that was Tellarites, right?
No, well, maybe they never named them specifically as to what they were.
You know, I wonder if Q's. So, there's a book series I'm reading called Spellmonger. And the
Mhm.
way the gods are portrayed in that world is they are the result of the collective conscious, or collective subconscious of humanity, the different aspects of it. I kind of wonder if the Q's might be the same.
Could be. Full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Ah,
Notice none of you are wearing your hand phasers.
oh. Oh, they're in his hand.
Oh, there we go.
Ah. He just spent the last scene talking about how you can see him from far away, right down to the freckles. So Tellarites.
Watch this. This is great. Only time John Delancey wears makeup on the show.
That is not a ball of mustard.
Nope. Well, they disappeared quick.
I was going to say it's set to disintegrate.
Well, then.
He didn't snap.
Huh. Well, aha.
Aha.
Mhm.
Oh God, why is Wesley there?
Huh.
Love it.
Yes, kill the kid. Oh my god. Why wouldn't you have just done that to begin with? This is some overacting as hell. This
Hey, that Enterprise model's still in the back. I read something about that. They had swapped out the Constellation with that Enterprise because it was supposed to be a Constitution when they were shooting.
Hmm.
And they shot this episode before the post-production had been done. So they had left it on there.
So I had the big plastic model of the Enterprise D that had the compartments that you would open up and move pieces around, and it would turn into the Dreadnought at the end of the series.
Oh.
Yeah, it was super cool. I'm sorry, 504 people, and all that's left is like 8.
I love Data's just grabbing them.
Jordy's like, I get these little ones. You get the big ones. Well, your son died.
Tough.
Yo. I'm pretty sure you saved all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is going to end well.
Yeah.
Huh. I love Jonathan Frakes acting because even how he's talking is different.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he very totally changed his persona for this. I love it.
What the hell is this? Blam?
You and Worf. I could sit and watch him all day.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, there are actors made for roles. Jean-Luc, Captain Picard. John Delancey for Q is one of them. honestly, all these actors, like I can't see them in anything else and not think of these roles, with the exception of Denise Crosby. Um, RDJ is Robert Downey Jr.
Sure.
Pierce Brosnan, James Bond. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Randall Radcliffe is Harry Potter.
Hey, it
What
looks
the
just like
hell
Will
is
Wheaton
this?
does now. They did that so perfectly. It amazes me the data speaks so eloquently here, and then as the script needs it, he turns into a complete innocent naivete.
Yup.
I mean, Brent Spiner is amazing at acting that scene. But girls, okay, no, maybe not. First time they show LeVar Burton without contacts or the visor.
God, he's short.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear God, Klingon mating rituals. That's all I got in my mind right now. She's gonna bite
It's
him.
funny, those arms are actually the back of the movie Klingon costume. It's the protection for the spine.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Star Trek
I
just
believe
showing a
the
man beating up on a woman.
mating ritual has convinced.
You and me, baby, we ain't nothing but mammals. Hey, Joanne. That was the perfect moment, man. By the way, that just. This is. Oh my God.
You got a son that would say that's not correct.
I was gonna say, yeah. Didn't Alexander exist? Wait, is that dude's voice?
No, that's Will Wheaton. Notice the little convergence of the three colors on his shoulder there, how they kind of weave over each other.
Yeah.
He's used that as his acting ensign pin that he sells on stands and
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm. And unfortunately, until they remastered it, it was very hard to see on the screen.
He moved them 8 feet.
Right, you know.
Space, time, and thought. And we're just going to brush all that off and move along.
You know, until next time, Riker lights somebody's
Wow.
cigarette with a finger or.
Yeah, let me tell you right now, if oh no, stop. Sorry. Just Paramount Plus, I hit pause and it's like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and play the next episode.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if you showed up and was like, here's your temptation, I'm gonna be like, gimme.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Boom, no billionaires. Boom, no hunger. Boom, Orange Man gone. And you know. Oh, I guess if I said no billionaires, he would be gone. Anyways, those were really good episodes. I'm sorry you're just getting here at the end, Joanne. We're just kind of hanging out now because we're done watching. We did the battle and hiding Q today.
What do we have coming up next?
That is a great question.
I apologize. I didn't mean to.
Please hold.
I could actually tell you. I can get there quickly. So Haven and the Big Goodbye. Oh, Haven, again, a goofy episode, but boy, I love it. It's going to be the first appearance of Loxana Troy.
Oh, right. It's the box thing, too. It appeared in Lower Decks.
Yes, it is. And the box is I love when this happens. The box is Armin Shimmerman.
Oh, no.
I believe.
That
Hang on.
It's around.
It's been one of those days where I may be saying something completely wrong. I
look.
wouldn't want to.
The Big Goodbye is a holodeck episode.
Yes, it is. It is the holodeck episode. It is an award-winning holodeck episode.
I think it's this guy.
Nope, that's Mr. Home. That's the really tall assistant of Loxana Troy.
Well, is his name Box Guy?
Nope. Second, albeit uncredited, Star Trek appearance by Armin Shimmerman. He was the Frankie
Oh,
in
right
that
there.
first
Gift
Frankie
box face.
episode. Gift box face.
I did get to see him. I can't remember if it was GalaxyCon or AwesomeCon.
I saw him at GalaxyCon. He was amazing.
I think it was GalaxyCon. It was GalaxyCon Richmond. I didn't get to meet him. We chose to do John Delancey. But he's another one I think would be fun to sit and talk to.
Mm-hmm. Oh
His
yeah,
face doesn't look angry as hell though.
he's again another, not just an amazing actor, but an amazing human. He is so intelligent and has done so much
Mhm.
between him and his wife. They actually were interviewed recently. In fact, the episode that you sent me the clip of, where uh, uh, mhm, uh,
Yes.
Jonathan Frakes is talking about his directing
Yeah.
the that episode of the podcast Decon
Right.
Decon Chamber, I believe it's called. It's the new version of the podcast from the two gentlemen from Enterprise, where they
Right.
interview
Connor
Trek people.
Trenier and the other guy.
Right. So Armin Shimmerman and his wife were on that with Jonathan Frakes, and they're just his wife's name is Kitty Swink,
I was wondering who the woman was.
and she was on. She was an actress and she was on Deep Space Nine. She has done quite a bit of production. She was in 2 episodes of DS9 and has a producer and so forth. But they're just really fascinating people. I definitely go back and watch that if you get a chance. It's the whole episode is really interesting.
Cool. Yeah, I want to watch them a little more. I did go ahead and subscribe to them.
They are really great, by the way. I do
Podcasts
really like that show.
that aren't like the Geek Buddies and Pete Peppers and other ones that do the episodic stuff like we do, like they
Mhm.
commentary on specific episodes, like Salon Trek, like
Right.
Joanne. Ones who just do podcasts, I really only watch the ones that catch my attention. Like if it's a topic or something I want to hear about, or it's like if Patrick Stewart was going to be there, I probably would sit down and listen to that. Or one other character actor that I like that's in Star Trek. So I don't listen to podcasts like that on an ongoing basis. I just listen to what there.
Well, I agree, and that's actually the second variation of that podcast. It started as a show called the Shuttlepot Show.
I remember
the
you telling me about that way back.
Producer and creator, there was something that happened, some falling out that happened, and they discontinued it, and then came out with their own. And it's both variations have been very interesting. I mean, they've done a full hour with Rick Berman, the producer that kind of took over as the showrunner. It's very interesting to hear his point of view 30 some years later, because he's a much older gentleman at this point. But interesting to hear some of his insight on Trek, as he was basically the equivalent of Gene Roddenberry as far as kind of being in charge of Trek, or Alex Kurtzman now. It was his baby. He was over everything for clearly almost 20 years.
Right.
So yeah, they have some very interesting episodes.
Cool. So real quick before we go, Joanne, if you're still there, I don't think you were with. No, you weren't with us last night. Joanne was mentioning she's also attempting to go to STLV.
Oh,
so
nice.
Joanne, you might get to meet this guy.
Huh.
So it depends
if I get to go.
stuff them in my suitcase and get them on the plane. But
It
yeah,
would be fun.
I think so too. I really do think so. That all said, folks, that is our 2 episodes for the evening, and that's our show for tonight. John, where can they find you, sir?
Obviously here. Also, at JP Camera Guy on Blue Sky, and the John the Nerd in other places.
Cool deal. And I'm the Jake the Nerd. Our stuff is all in the description. So if you want to join the Discord, hang out, and have a nerdy conversation. Good night, Joanne. We just finished our poll for what game we're going to do on Monday nights after Planet Crafter is done. It looks like we're going to be going Vikings with Valheim. Super excited about that. It's a fun game. It's survival crafting. So if you're a nerd and you like gaming, jump in on Monday nights. Star Trek watch-alongs on Tuesdays. We're going to finish up Skeleton Crew the next 2 weeks. And the next thing on the list is Section 31. So
Woohoo!
that, I think, is like 3 weeks out, isn't it?
Yeah, 24th.
2 weeks
Coming
out.
quick.
All right. So that all said, everyone have a good night. Live long, stay nerdy, y'all. Yep, sorry. I forgot that there's more steps to closing out the stream on StreamYards. All right, bye-bye.